Hello, folks. It's me, Tyler KQ's from Loggington. I have had a time. It has been a few days since my last stream, for various reasons. One of which was a smoke detector behind my head, making loud beep beep noises every few minutes. This lasted for roughly 3 days. No help from apartment maintenance. Eventually, we had to get up there with a pair of pliers and a stepladder and disconnect it. I did not sleep well for those 3 days, but I am here now, and I am here in spite of my own technology. My microphone decided to betray me at the last moment. I had to do some frantic USB disconnection and reconnection and stuff to get that up and working. But I am here in spite of the universe attempting to stop me. And I'd like to welcome my stream co-host, a plague of locusts. Just kidding. I could never get a plague of locusts on stream. My landlord would never allow it. But it has definitely been a time. Still, I am ready and willing and able to get stuff going. Oh, Saria, Silverstar, it is good to see you both, and thank you for the resubscription, Saria. That's 16 months. That's a lot of months. So yeah, my exhaustion and disorientation aside, we are playing more Gabriel Knight 2. Let's go! I cannot be stopped, I can only be delayed. And that means we're getting back in the shoes of Grace Nakamura, who is being very snippy of late, but I'm sure she has a reason for it. But yes, hello, Penguin. Good to see you too. And I've got, hydration. I've got all kinds of stuff here. I have eaten well. I am in about the best state it is possible to be. I think. Massachusetts, namely. Although, as the winter draws down, the deadly ice dome will begin to form. And I'll find myself inside and, doing quite a few things here on stream, probably. I mean, I got no reason to go outside. I got no reason to leave the apartment. Let's just, revel in what we've got. And what we've got is adventure games. We've got RPGs. We've got Zwei 2 on the weekends. Assuming I can get back to that and I don't end up playing City of Heroes for 47 hours on stream. We've got me playing City of Heroes for 47 hours on stream, which will probably happen at some point. Shateri, good to see you. Nice to see you. So yeah, all my personal issues aside, the future's looking bright out here for the stream, so long as I remain alive and so does my PC. We have 35 seconds. You get 35 seconds. That's a little more generous than I usually give you. 30 seconds now. If you want popcorn, it had better pop, like, immediately. Better deep fry that fucker. Hi, YouTube. How you doing? And if you are watching me on YouTube, know that you are also valued. I value and adore you, and I'm very happy to have you along for the ride. At least I swore this night, so I can, piss off the YouTube algorithm. Let's get rolling. Gabriel Knight, the Beast Within. I still love this background, so I'm just gonna show you guys the background for a second. Okay. That's long enough. Don't get attached to the background. Oh, what is... Hold on for a minute. I am maladjusted. And in the game. No, that's the background I'm dragging around. There is a hypothetical optimal distance from a nuclear explosion at which popcorn will be perfectly popped. There is, I'm sure. There is a hypothetical optimal distance from a space laser at which popcorn will be perfectly popped. And if you want to explore that concept further, please check out the documentary footage, Real Genius. Alright. Thank you, Gabriel Knight 2K Project, for the subtitles. Let's get my game loaded up. And we are in Grace time. Let's see, I think we had just talked to Malia.
I don't have anything to say to her right now.
Yep, Grace doesn't give a shit about Malia. So let's get out there.
I thought Gabriel said this place was stripped. Guess Gerda's been busy shopping with the new Ritter fortune.
Grace. It's a statue, Grace.
I thought Gabriel said this place...
Alright, yeah. Well, let's head out on the town. See what there is to see in Rittersburg. I love that lovely piano riff that plays whenever Grace is, like, tying her trench coat. I think that's the only place in the game that plays, and I think of it as kind of like Grace's theme. Schloss Ritter.
Schloss Ritter. Birthplace of Gabriel's genetic code. That must be Gabriel's car. I wonder where the keys are.
Oh, what a good question. Maybe...
Gerda? Yes? Do you have the keys to the car outside?
That is Gabriel's car. He doesn't even let me drive it.
I had a feeling you'd say that. Well, thanks.
All right.
I love her frustrated little shimmy. Well, alright. Shoulder waggle. But yeah, Grace and Gerda are not on the best of terms. I'm sorry, I just had to listen to this again. Alright, now let's go explore Schloss Ritter.
Gerda's being a real pig about those car keys.
Grace, really? Okay. Alright, here we are. Rittersburg. Let's explore the place a bit. What we got? Goldener Lau. Alright, let's start here. For lack of a better place.
I don't want to disturb him.
Papa.
Pretty damn cute. I wonder who he is.
Okay. That's a take. Can I look at this thing down here? What is
I have
this?
no idea what that says. Looks old, though.
And we can't get a zoom in on it, so I can't guess. We got some more paintings.
I wonder who he is.
That's the same guy as the guy over there, but he's wearing a fucked up fake mustache and beard. All right.
Guten Tag. Sind Sie Werner Huber?
Yes. You are an American, huh?
Guess I haven't quite got the accent down, huh? I'm a friend of Gabriel Knight. I'm staying at the castle.
Good.
Yeah, I think Song mentioned it last time I played, but they have a real thing about like dramatic, long, pausing stares in FMV games, and I've only just really started to notice it, and I love it. People just stare at each other anticipatorily for like up to 10 seconds at a time while the game loads in the next conversational detail.
You're the proprietor of this Gasthof?
Yes.
It's very nice. Do you mainly serve food and drinks here?
Oh, we have guest rooms upstairs, too. Yeah.
Oh? Does Rittersburg get a lot of tourists?
Some, not so many know about this place. It is perhaps better that way. Germans on holiday come here. Foreigners find their way here one way or another.
Huber looks so amused and pleased simply to be here in this game.
You speak English very well.
Yes.
How did you learn it?
Wolfgang taught some of us. He thought we should know.
Really? Why?
That is a very good question, is it not?
Yes, why would Wolfgang be teaching people English?
I never got to meet Gabriel's great uncle. What was he like?
Oh, he was a true Schattenjäger, like in the old days. He knew things.
What kinds of things?
Things. He had, how do you say it, the sight. He was a very good man to go to when you needed advice.
Gabriel must be such a disappointment to you. Gabriel must be such a disappointment to everybody.
It must have been hard for the town when Wolfgang died.
Yeah, it was bad, yes. But not a surprise. Gerda knew. It was harder on her than the rest of us.
Really? Were she and Wolfgang close? You said Wolfgang was a true Schattenjäger. I suppose Gabriel... I mean, he's probably not what you expected.
Oh, we shall see with that one. Yeah, one cannot know the quality of the iron until it has been into fire. We shall see.
Yeah, he could fucking die, or he could be fine. We don't know yet.
Tell me about Rittersburg.
It is a small town, private. We keep our business to ourselves.
You mean about the Schattenjägers?
Oh, the Schattenjägers, sure. The Schattenjägers are of this place, and this place is of them. We believe in the old ways here. It has not changed much over the centuries. We still remember what the rest of the world has forgotten.
And that is?
That life is a battle between the light and the dark. Do you know this?
I don't know why the Kingdom Hearts soundtrack was trying to intrude on that scene. And really counterpointed that line a bit.
I think I mentioned that I was a friend of Gabriel Knight.
Yes.
Well, I came to help him on a case. A Schattenjäger case.
That is good.
Well, we got our wires crossed and he'd already left by the time I got here. But Gerda mentioned that he was on a case for you.
No, not for me. For my cousin, Sepp.
Lots of cousins around here. Is Sepp in town?
No, he and his wife went north for a few weeks. He does not live in Rittersberg anyway.
Huh. Well, perhaps you can help me then.
How do you mean?
How do you mean? There. Alright, where the fuck is Gabriel?
Gerda's not sure where Gabriel is exactly, but you know where I can find him, don't you?
It is not my business to tell people where to find the Schattenjäger. It is maybe not so safe, you see.
Yes, I do see, and I appreciate your caution, really. But we worked together on his last case, and believe me, you'd be doing him a favor.
If he wants you to help him, he will have to contact you at the castle and tell you where he is himself.
Great.
Great.
Do you know how long Gabriel will be gone?
If he is a good Schattenjäger, he will not come back until he has done what must be done. If he is not, who can say? Maybe he will not come back at all.
What must be done?
Yeah, that's what I said. Alright, can you at least tell us what the case is about?
Can you tell me what Gabriel's case is about?
What?
Not specifically, of course, but in general. On our last case, we had to deal with a voodoo cult. I was just thinking if I just knew what he was up against, maybe I could do some research.
Well,
He left so quickly, I guess. He didn't have time to investigate here at all. And the Schattenjäger archives might have something pertinent in them, if I knew what to look for, that is.
yes, that is true. There is much to be learnt from the Schattenjäger past.
Exactly. Gabriel is new at this, you know? And Wolfgang's not around to give him advice.
All right, young lady. I will tell you what it is you need to look for.
Yes?
Werewolf.
Werewolf?
Werewolf.
Werewolf. God, I love his fucking delivery on that line. Both of them. And Grace just looking like, excuse me? Yeah, delivery though.
Gabriel's new case involves werewolves?
You don't believe in such things.
I don't know, it's a little outside.
If you truly want to be an aid to a Schattenjäger, you will have to believe in such things. Things that are outside. If you cannot,
Werewolf, I don't know. It's a little outside. Yeah, just, outside the inn, outside the town. Outside your house. Boo. Halloween jump scare.
All right, a werewolf. What do you know about them? Werewolves, that is.
some things. This is not the first time that Rittersberg has seen the work of a werewolf, or even a werewolf itself.
Really?
Oh, no, not in my lifetime, you understand. But I was told of it when I was a boy. One was brought to town. It had killed many people. The Schattenjäger caught him. He was tried here.
When was this?
1700s, I think, somewhere around in there.
Sometime in the 1700s. Interesting.
Thanks.
Bitte.
Alright, let's see if we can, check out the rest of town, I guess. What do we got? We got a post office, so that's where we'll be mailing Gabriel whatever we find. We've got some nondescript doors. Oh, I have no idea, to be honest. I'm not that familiar with D&D. It's locked! What about this one?
Hallo, meine Dame. Kann ich Ihnen behilflich sein?
Hallo, wie geht es Ihnen?
Gut, danke. Und Ihnen?
Gut. Ich bin hier auf Urlaub und,
Let's try English, shall we?
yes. I've been studying German at home and I thought I knew a lot, but it's so different now that I'm actually here.
Books alone are poor language teachers. You'll pick it up. Is there something I can help you with?
Yeah, at least Grace is making an effort. Gabriel's been in Germany for like 2 years or something, and his German is limited to like Ich bin Gabriel Knight. Alright, what is this place?
What is this building?
This is a Rathaus.
The town hall? Oh, thank you.
The town hall? Okay, we found the town hall. Let's go ahead and interrogate stuff.
My name is Grace Nakamura. I'm staying at Schloss Ritter, and you are?
You may call me Herr Habermas. Welcome to Rittersberg, Miss Nakamura.
It's nice to meet you, Herr Habermas.
Learning High German and he spoke it.
What can you tell me about Rittersberg?
It is a very old town. The walls around it were built in 1438, but the city is a few centuries older than that.
You don't get towns a few centuries old in... Well, I guess you do get towns a few centuries old in America, but only barely. Only just barely.
Have there always been Ritters in Rittersberg?
Yes, Martin Ritter built the castle in 1223, and the town grew up around it. I'm proud to say we still have Ritter blood here to this day.
Hopefully not just Gabriel. Like, there's gotta be some diluted Ritter blood floating around out there.
Do you keep Old Town records here? Criminal trial records?
Yes, we have files going back to the 12th century.
Great. Werner Huber told me about a local trial that supposedly involved a werewolf. I'd like to learn more about it.
What was the date?
Sometime in the 1700s?
I'm afraid I would need a more specific time frame. We have many, many files.
Yes.
Yes, the bustling
course.
metropolis of Rittersberg. Ritter equals knight, that's true.
Thanks for your time.
Certainly. Good day.
That was an indirect solution to a puzzle back in Game Night 1. Alright, well, let's try over here. Maybe we can narrow this date business down a bit. What's this?
I wonder what kind of flowers these are.
The pathetic kind. They're still blooming. We'll check back on those. Okay, we've got a,
St. Georg Church.
St. George. We're right at home.
Hello.
Guten Tag.
Nice work, Grace. Good socializing.
It's no use. He doesn't speak English, and I can't communicate well enough in German.
Yeah, I like to imagine that Grace was just, like, trying to imagine what she might say to this man. And she just gave up immediately.
The Madonna.
Huh. I love Ray of Light.
I don't want to disturb her.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Saint Georg, patron saint of the Schattenjägers.
No bells. It's possible. Like I said, we'll take another look in later. There's an exit at the back of the church. Leads to some pews. And... a crypt.
These coffins are really old, and they're all Schattenjägers.
Oh, this is where Schattenjägers come to die.
Jürgen Ritter, 1403 to 1461. Wolfgang Ritter, 10 May 1923 to 25 June 1993.
Rest in peace, Wolfgang.
Martin Ritter, 1190 to 1253.
Alright, well. We found the Ritter family tomb. I guess that'll come in handy later, but... There we go, okay. Would this be a mausoleum or a tomb? That is a very good question, and I don't know if I don't know the answer, and I don't know if the answer matters. Alright, well, we've had a brisk walk around. Yeah, Terry, please don't remind me how old I am. Reminding your Aunt Zivy how old she is penalizable by death. Eventually. Alright, let's, We've done everything we can out in town. Is there anything going... Oh, the maintenance guy left. No, it's cool. You'll die someday. I won't cause it. You'll never know. What's this? Grace, don't poke the boob. Okay, screwdriver.
One of the workman's screwdrivers.
Yes, it is. Alright, let's see what happens if we stick this in the hole. Something went click. Oh, hey. Secret passage. Of course there is. There had to be one.
Someone's been using this passageway.
Secret passage, played by the creepy tunnels from Phantasmagoria, I believe. Alright, what is down this way? The door outside. Alright.
How convenient. When the lord of the manor is slipping through the passageway to his amorous adventures, he can pick up a few flowers.
Alright, back in. It's the secret garden. It is a little bit, yeah. Let's check out the other exit, although I suspect I know where it leads. And I feel for Grace's actress here, because you know this was all blue screened in. She had to go up, like, a set of blue painted stairs. And this comes out.
Let me guess. Gerda's bedroom. What a surprise.
Walk through a blue house, a blue window. Entirely possible. Let's see, what's this? Let's go through Gerda's stuff.
That must be Wolfgang. Something to remember him by, I guess.
Geiswig Wolf. I don't read. I have no idea what this says. But Wolfgang definitely looks like the Wolfgang sprite more than any of these other people look like their sprites. What's more, he actually looks like he might be related to Gabriel, which is kind of funny. Okay, not a lot else here. I could walk out the door.
I can't go out that way. I don't want Gerda to know I'm in here.
Can't walk out the door, so let's go back in the closet. Hello, what's this?
I'll just bet I know what this unlocks.
Now, we are led to believe that this is the Schottenjäger library key. Does anybody else remember the key from the first game? Yeah, it was like a fucking foot thick, had an engraved dragon on the back. That evil, smug grin as she picks up the key. I like Grace's facial expressions. I think I like Gabriel's more, but Grace definitely has some face game. Anyway, let's stealth our way into the library. I mean, we are being asked to accept that a lot of stuff looks like a lot of stuff that it doesn't look like. I guess you could say. Between games. And here we are in the, Schottenjäger archives. Doesn't Grace look delighted? Alright, what do we got?
Biographies. Looks like they're mostly about Germans.
Okay.
Biography.
Alright, that's the biography section. What do we have here?
Books on the occult. Here we go. Vampires, witchcraft, ghosts, Asian spirits. Lycanthropes.
A lycanthrope always sounds to me like it should be a type of tomato.
How did you get in here?
Oh, hi.
Oh,
How
hi!
did you unlock the door? Oh, I see.
All right. Look, let's just drop all the pretense, okay? Obviously, I found the passageway. I know what's been going on in this little Alpinian love nest, and really, I couldn't care less. If you want to screw around with your employer, that's none of my business. But what I won't put up with is this assisting the Schottenjäger crap. I gave up school to work on this stuff because I thought it was important. I'm doing the research that Gabriel wanted, and so help me, I'm gonna be doing more than just research this time around. And I'm not gonna sit around and wait for him to call and give me permission. And if you don't like it, it's just too damn bad!
Okay, fine. You do the damn research.
Grace kind of hit her with both barrels there. That was an
Damn
escalation.
it.
Well, I guess we have official permission to do the research. So what's this? Letter to Ludwig II. King Kun Ludwig II the Bayan. Yeah, that was extremely awkward. But we'll get into that later. Right now, we've got a king letter. What is this?
4th of March, 1864. To King Ludwig II, most gracious ruler of all Bavaria. I beg your forgiveness for my forthrightness in this letter, but I fear terribly for your Majesty's safety, and thus have no time for subtlety. I have heard that the one they call the Black Wolf is close to your Highness. I have been investigating this man for reasons I cannot name at present, and I have learned that he is extremely dangerous and can only have the most dire of motives at heart in anything he pursues.
Interesting.
I beg your Highness only this. Please do not see this man alone, nor even with your servants only to guard you. I promise you, all will be made clear very shortly when my investigation is complete. For now, only keep yourself safe. Your most grateful servant, Christian von Ritter, Schloss Ritter, Rittersburg, Bavaria.
Why is the letter in English? So Grace can read it easily. That's why. So you called him the Black Wolf. Indeed. Let's check out Lycanthrope's Lore and Law. For one thing, when you're a lycanthrope, you have to do a funky little devil dance. So write that down in your copybooks now. Chapter 3, Lycanthropy, The Ways of the Wolf. What the fuck did the previous 2 chapters cover, then?
Chapter 3, Lycanthropy.
Okay.
There are 2 categories of werewolf cases, false or lycanthropic disorder cases and genuine werewolf cases. Lycanthropic disorder. Lycanthropic disorder is a mental condition in which the subject, called a lycanthrope, believes that he or she
Settle
is
the
a werewolf.
pronunciation, Grace.
The subject does not actually change shape, but is nevertheless capable of being as dangerous as an actual werewolf. Most cases of supposed werewolfery are really the work of lycanthropic disorder victims, man to beast. In real werewolves, a physical change to wolf form does occur. The change can be voluntary, at will, or can be forced by certain cycles of the moon and certain sounds, such as howling.
It is extremely funny to me that a book entirely about lycanthropes only gets to this sort of shit like page 169. Nice.
Werewolves and immortality. Werewolves are immune from aging and
Awesome.
from most physical diseases due to the constant regeneration of their physical tissue. They can therefore be virtually immortal. However, they can be killed by any wound that destroys the heart or the brain,
That's
or any
zombies.
form of death that causes brain or heart damage, such as hanging or other oxygen deprivation methods. The mind of a werewolf. Though primarily a true wolf while in wolf form, there is some proof that the werewolf retains enough knowledge to assist his killing. Recognition of victims, evasion of traps, and human cunning have all been seen on werewolf cases.
Okay, interesting.
Becoming a werewolf. There are several ways to become a werewolf. They include being given the power of shape-shifting through sorcery,
Awesome.
Being cursed by someone whom you have wronged in some way,
Less
called
awesome.
the Lyconia curse, being bitten by a werewolf, and being born to a werewolf. In each case, the blood of the subject becomes tainted or cursed. Damnation. A person who becomes a werewolf against his will, birth, curse, or bite, is not completely damned until he tastes of human blood. Once he does, his soul is eternally damned and nothing may redeem him. Even without tasting of human blood, however, as long as the taint lays upon the immortal soul, it cannot enter into heaven and will remain chained to the mortal plane upon death.
I once had a textbook that was a foot thick and didn't. That's fair. Also, I apparently was completely damned to never enter into the kingdom of heaven in 3rd grade when I bit another kid. I have tasted of human blood.
Werewolf packs. Like real wolves, werewolves can live alone for many years, yet the instinct for a pack often leads them away from their secretive lifestyles into revealing their nature to a priest or close associate, or converting another to werewolfery for companionship. This
Are
is
we
when
not
the
using
otherwise
lycanthropy
cagey
anymore?
werewolf opens himself to
I guess
detection.
because
Werewolf
werewolves.
packs cause immense destruction. A pack consists of one werewolf who became a werewolf through sorcery, birth, or curse. In other words, his is the original tainted blood. This werewolf is called the alpha werewolf. The remaining werewolves in the pack are called beta werewolves because they became werewolves through the bite of the alpha and carry the alpha's tainted blood.
The remaining werewolves in the pack are called beta werewolves because they're rich in beta carotene. This explains why werewolves are primarily orange. And delicious.
Alpha and beta werewolves. The relationship between alpha and beta werewolves is a complex one. Once a subject is bitten by a werewolf, his or her life and death are doomed to the werewolf curse. The victim does, however, have some hope. As long as they themselves do not taste of human blood, the curse is reversible. If the alpha werewolf is killed through some action of the beta's curse is broken. It is important to note that whether the beta werewolf was bitten by the alpha werewolf himself or by another beta, it is the alpha who must be destroyed, the source of the original tainted blood. It is also an interesting note that since betas and alphas share the same common blood, an alpha cannot physically harm a beta of his own bloodline by his own hand without inflicting the same injury upon himself. However, if a beta is harmed or killed by another, it does not affect the alpha.
Okay, sure.
Symptoms of werewolfery. When hunting for a werewolf, it is important to remember that your biggest clues will come through your suspects' personalities. Becoming a werewolf is not transparent, no matter how the victim tries to hide it. The tainted subhuman blood greatly alters the subject's own mind and personality, even physical appearance. Therefore, look for symptoms in your human suspects that include increasing violence, increasing aggression, unprovoked rages, insomnia, restlessness, and other bizarre behavior. Unfortunately, over time, these symptoms can be brought under control, so do not rely upon them exclusively.
Remember, all forms of mental illness are a sign that you should be killed immediately to prevent the curse from spreading to others. Saw that picture and thought of the furry gradient. Yeah, which one are you dating?
A good example of this comes from a case reported by the ancient priesthood society Manos del Sol of Brazil. A rash of werewolf killings there was tracked to a high-ranking officer in the army. The society became aware of the man mainly through rumors of his violent behavior and changed personality. The case was successfully resolved with a man's capture. Manos del Sol, men of the sun?
No,
I wonder if they're
hands
like
of the-
Schottenjägers, only Brazilian.
Hands of the sun, Grace. Not men of the sun. Haven't you ever seen Manos, the Hands of Fate? Anyway, yeah, wow. A guy in the army was violent, and that meant he was a werewolf, as opposed to being in the fucking army. Alright, so that's werewolves.
There's nothing else on werewolves in the occult section.
This is your only book on werewolves? Like Lore and Law by Charles Jennings? That's it? Wow, okay. Is a werewolf in the army thing a reference to the Werewolf of Paris? Possibly. I wouldn't rule it out. Alright, what's this section? I just point at those for a while. I want to warn you all now, Grace's sections...
The Journal of Victor Ritter.
Grace's sections of the game involve a lot of reading and a lot of research, as is, kind of her nature. We're going to be spending a lot of time listening to her read stuff. And that's saying nothing about the museum tour section. I hope you all like museum tours.
Numerous deaths at the hands of a marauding wolf being recorded in a neighboring county, I set out to see if I could determine the cause. There had been rumors of a werewolf, and the dark signs did indeed seem to be present. The deaths had all occurred within a 40-kilometer range of woods, and at the heart was the village of Alfing. My assistant and I set a trap a short distance from the village. Though the beast had shown a propensity for human flesh, livestock had also been taken. It was a newling lamb we loosed in the thicket as a lure. We awaited downwind. For 2 nights the lamb bleated to no purpose, and once we had to fend off a hungry fox. But at last the beast himself took the bait. I might have missed him. The night was so dark, and the wolf himself was black. But my assistant saw the light of his eyes, and I heard the lamb's cries turn fearful. He had the poor dumb lamb by the throat when we sprang.
The interactive version of the Encyclopedia Britannica on CD. I love reference books and such on CD. I love interactive multimedia CD-ROMs like Encarta. I love that shit. It's great.
He was swift and might have escaped, but his fatal mistake was to attack rather than run. My dagger struck through his chest and into his right lung. As I had agreed, we bound the wolf and tied shut its jaws. We brought it home to Rittersburg, still breathing, and turned it over to the magistrate. I pray for the man's unfortunate soul. May the law be swift and merciful.
In like 1700s Germany? I doubt it.
God be praised for aiding his servant. From his hand came the strength and wisdom to end the killing. Victor Ritter, Schottenjäger, 20 April 1750.
20th April 1750. That gives us a date to reference for the Rathaus, the records. Is there anything else in the journal section?
I wonder if Christian Ritter's journal is here.
Christian Ritter, born 10 January 1820, ordained a Schottenjäger, died 4 March 1864. The 4th of March. That's the date on the letter.
Alright, let's check out Christian Ritter's journal.
3 January 1864. I am now in Prussia. The beast that brought me here has so far bested me. He is secretive and skillful. He has much self-control, unlike what I'd been led to expect. He seems to know almost before I do where and when I will be stalking him. He turns up his nose at my lures. 3 more disappearances have occurred, and I'm no closer to learning his identity nor finding his lair. I can't even prove he took them. Not a single corpse has been found.
Wow, it sounds like you're doing a great job there, Christian.
March 3rd, 1864. I have had a break at last. The key was in front of me all the time. The Black Wolf, he so daringly calls himself, for all to hear and none to truly see. It is worse than I could ever have suspected. He is not just a beast, but a monster. His jaws are already around some of the best throats in Europe. I return to Ritter's book tonight. I must warn those in danger and get someone to assist me. I am in over my head.
And then he immediately died the next day. So, good work, Christian. Truly, Gabriel inherits the spirit of his ancestors. Alright, let's see if there's
I'm
anything
not sure
else.
what other case books would be relevant.
Yeah, the best throats in Europe. The highest quality necks. You might say a social nexus.
There's nothing else on werewolves
Alright,
in the
nothing
occult
there.
section.
And, anything here?
Looks like biographies here. I wonder if there's anything on... Yes, Ludwig. König von Bayern. König Ludwig. Sein Leben und sein Sieg. Die letzten Tage des König Ludwig II. German. That's not much help.
Unfortunately, it looks like they only had one, shelf of real books for Grace to rub her fingers over. So there's nothing in English here?
Biographies here.
Nope, all German. Okay.
I'm not sure
And what's over here? Oh, it's that place Gabriel's typing in the opening. There's a telephone.
Who should I call?
We could call for help. There's...
I suppose in the next Blake Backlash book, good old Fujitsu will be replaced by Hildegard.
Oh, you have to... Oh. Let's see, there's Gabriel's manuscripts. Or something. I love the one that he just crossed out with a giant question mark through it. Like, what the fuck?
I'm not quite ready to write the big hero yet.
Alright. We have a professor of history at Yale University. Yeah, what the fuck was I writing? Get that shit out of here, cross out. Let's try, calling this history professor. See if we can get anything on Ludwig. Oh, time zones.
Hello?
Professor Barkley, this is Grace Nakamura. I'm calling from Germany.
Germany? I thought you were in New Orleans.
I was, but anyway, it's rather important or I wouldn't have bothered you. Do you know anything about King Ludwig II of Bavaria?
Well, that's a hell of a thing to ask a man in the middle of the night. Late 1800s, right?
Yes.
This isn't really my field, but I think he was crazy or something.
I wish I knew. Do you know anyone who specializes in German history?
Yeah, I have a friend at the University of Berlin. I'll ring him. What's your number there?
It's 4989-555-7878.
Okay, I'll call you back if I remember this conversation in the morning anyway.
Great. Sorry again. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Perhaps the most honest performance in the game. Dude who was woken up at 3 a.m. and asked questions about a German king. The only thing wrong with it is, you know, he didn't spend like 10 minutes trying to fumble through what was going on first. He phoned those lines in, I agree, and he did it perfectly. Alright, we have the Ritter journals, so now we have some idea about what records to look at. Still in a nice press suit. Well, he was in a pair of, like, striped pajamas. Who are those people in bed? They're the film crew. You can ignore them. You never have to worry about the film crew. They're just along for the ride. Let's see, over here.
Hello again. Did you need something else?
Remember that werewolf trial I'd asked you about? I have a date now. April 1750.
Excellent. Let me go look.
Few moments later, whoop.
I heard of this case when I was a boy, but I always thought it was just a scary tale. I never thought to look in the archives. It was there, all right.
Man,
What did you want to know?
if I had a job working in, like, town archives that went back to the 12th century, you would not be able to keep me out of those files. I would be looking up every goddamn thing I had a passing thought about. So maybe it's just as well that I don't work in records, you know?
Why did they bring the wolf to Rittersburg? I know the Schottenjäger lived here, but why didn't he just...
Kill it where he found it? I don't know. Let's see.
Let's find out.
Yes. They wanted to know what man it was, who it was.
They brought it here so it would change back?
Yes, exactly.
She says. Did the werewolf ever change back?
Did it change back?
I didn't read that
That's
far.
what it says. They put the wolf in a cell, and the next morning they found a man in there. A laborer from out of town identified him as Baron von Raleigh from Alfing.
Baron von Raleigh. Okay. Why did they want to find out who he was?
Why did they want to find out who the werewolf was?
I would guess. Yes. It says here that a group of villagers were sent to the werewolf's hometown once they learned its human identity.
Burn that fucker to the
They
ground.
thought there were more of them there?
In those days, the family of the identified werewolf would be in great danger. Many believed such curses were handed down through the bloodline.
What happened to the alleged werewolf?
We keep making him pick up that folder.
He was interrogated for 2 days. He confessed his guilt. The trial took place on the 3rd day, and he was sentenced to death by quartering and the stake. He was given a final meal. He asked to see a confessor, and this was granted. He died at dawn the following day.
They pulled off his limbs and burned him?
Don't think harshly of us, miss. That was a long time ago.
No, the steak was his last meal, in fact. So, thank you for that reaction, Grace. Yeah, pretty much.
Where was the werewolf kept while it was here?
The dungeon. There's a dungeon in the rat house basement. We don't use it anymore, of course. Haven't for many years. Was there anything else?
I suppose not. Unless, is there any way I could see the dungeon?
It would be my pleasure.
Oh, that's a creepy reaction, man. Why did you have to say it like that?
Everything's been kept the way it was when the dungeon was in use. We show it off to tourists sometimes.
Grace, that's the intro movie, Grace.
Are you all right, miss?
I'm fine. It's just that this place is so claustrophobic.
Wow, she had a psychic
I tell you
migraine.
what. Normally this place is locked to keep out the village children. I'll leave it open. You can come and go as you please.
Would you? Thank you so much.
You are most welcome. Goodbye and good luck.
Bye.
But yeah, she had like a psychic migraine. Alright. I'll leave it open. I hate the children. The village children are so irritating. I'm less Bavarian and more
slept here.
Dracula. Von Relic slept here. Yes, and who knows how many other people. Over the course of how many years. I mean, those are not antique bed sheets. Let's be real. These are from, like, Kmart. German Kmart. Kmart. And...
He asked to see a confessor.
Wow, Grace! Check your microphone. Von Kmart. Sehr Alright, he asked to see a confessor. Can we... Is Grace good enough at German to communicate that?
Hallo, haben Sie hat der Kirche Papiere von 1750?
Wie bitte?
Papiere, Geschichte von 1750. How do you say that? Sprechen Sie Englisch?
Nein, leider, ich spreche nicht Englisch.
All right. Danke.
Bitte schön.
Well, we're not getting it that way. Let's try the Roadhouse again. Loading her anti-werewolf shotgun. Maybe her anti-priest shotgun. We don't know which side Grace is truly on here.
Hello again. Did you need something else?
Anticipatory face.
I had a thought while I was in the dungeon.
Yes.
You mentioned that Baron von Rollick was allowed to give a last confession. I suppose the priest was from St. George's?
I suppose it was.
That's true.
Would
Shotguns
there
don't
be a
discriminate.
record of the last confession? It might tell us more about the Baron's life.
Good idea, young lady. Those records are in German, though, and Father Getz doesn't speak English. Do you think this would really help your Schattenjäger?
I'm not sure. It couldn't hurt.
All right. I'll write you a note. You give it to Father Getz, and he'll see if they have a record of the confession. If they do, you bring it back here to me, and I'll help you translate it, okay?
That would be wonderful. Thank you so much.
Certainly. You got my curiosity up too, you know.
Famous for recording. That's true, but we have to make some concessions to this sort of research-based historical drama. If nobody wrote anything down, we'd all be up shit creek when it comes to stuff like this. I personally feel like I should be taking more copious notes on my life, just in case I happen to be, you know, just in case I happen to die in an interesting way and scientists have to go back and figure out what the fuck. I've come to accept that this will probably not happen, but With your support, maybe we can make it happen. Alright, here's the note.
Mayor Habermas's note to Father Getz.
Just in case I become a certain... Yeah, maybe. Brother Getz... Hi. This lady's looking for stuff about Baron von Rallick from 1750. Please give her all of your notes and shit, I guess. I don't know.
Entschuldigen Sie bitte.
Ja.
Das hier ist von Herrn Habermas.
Einen Moment, bitte.
We
Das ist
wait
für
in
Sie.
real time. Oh, wow, shit, he's fast.
Dankeschön.
Dankeschön. Baby, Dankeschön. Das ist 30 sheet. Alright?
Father Getz gave me this file, but I'll need help translating it.
Yeah, just in case you forgot. Das ist das 30 sheet. Let's knock. Door opens.
Hello again. Did you need something else?
Yes! You just sent me over there. I said I would come back in a minute. Here, man.
I have the church file.
Excellent. Let me see it. What's this?
This is in English. It's from a lawyer in Buenos Aires. It's addressed to St. Georg's Church. The date is 1764.
What's it say?
It's a request for information about the death of Baron Klaus von Rallick. It says it's for the family. I assume someone answered it.
Possibly the Manoscale saw.
Curious?
What?
The seal on the envelope.
A wolf?
I'll take your word for that.
Okay. The last confession.
Oh, he filled some pages.
The Rallick family took the symbol of a black wolf to represent their great skill at the hunt. Let me see. Klaus von Rallick says that he lived up to the family symbol too well. His friends nicknamed him the Black Wolf, but he confessed it was more because he was prideful and treated his villagers and women very badly. He was much feared. The Baron confesses that a life of sin brought the werewolf curse upon him. Listen to this. A gypsy camp, Hungarians, came to Alfing one day.
The most
He wanted
stereotypical
one of their young women. He had her
of-
brought to his castle by force, and there he
Raped her?
raped her, yes. He
Content
intended
warning,
to
by the way.
release her, but before he did, the girl killed herself. The next day, an old gypsy woman from the camp cursed him, saying that he was to become the shape that his name and his crimes showed his heart to be.
I see.
Soon afterwards, her curse came about. Klaus von Rallick began to change, to run at night as wolf, to kill and eat human flesh. He begs forgiveness from God and from his wife and son. He says he welcomes his punishment, if only it will pay for his sins and save his family from further pain. That is all that is written.
Wow. Thank you.
I'll return this to Father Getz for you.
Thank you.
Good luck to you, young lady. And to your Schottenjäger.
Indeed, that is perhaps the most 1930s movie way to become a werewolf. Is the curse from the old Romani woman. Way back in Lon Chaney's day. Alright, I think that should be everything in town. But you know what? Let's check the public house with, Huber. I think was his name. Just one more time to be sure. Herr Huber, yes.
Herr Huber?
Yes?
Yes? I love this man. Herr Huber is one of my favorite actors in the game. I actually don't know who he is offhand. And now I'm kind of curious if he's been in anything else. Would like to call a Herr Huber.
Do you know anything about King Ludwig II?
Of course. Everybody knows about Ludwig. He was the last true king Bavaria had. Why do you think I hang his portrait? Eh? Or that article on the wall? Eh? Do you know what that is? That is from the Munich newspaper the day after the king died. My great-grandfather saved it. It has been handed down to every first son. That is what Bavarians think of Ludwig.
King Ludwig, yeah. I mean, if you look at the dude on the wall behind the bar, he does have kind of a Ludwig. To say nothing of that
What was
mustache.
Ludwig like? Why is he so revered?
Oh, he was a genius. He had a great mind, you know. Yeah. He built castles, is what he did, and kept on building them until they killed him.
Who killed him?
The castles?
Those politicians. They said he was crazy. Got a doctor to sign some papers. They arrested him.
Then what happened?
What do you think? They killed him. Oh, they said it was suicide. But me, I don't believe that. It was murder.
Murder. Yep, that makes sense.
Thanks.
Bitte?
Friend Herr Huber here passed away in 2003. Rest in peace, you incredible man, and your incredible delivery. At least we have video. At least we've got hours of video of him doing this. It's great. I'm glad. But yeah, this is definitely King Ludwig.
Ludwig II. He looks like he was in his 30s when this one was painted.
K.E. Cooter. Very prominent actor. Well, that's good to know. Alright, Grace, you have anything to say about these?
I have no idea what that says. Looks old, though.
Cool, Grace, thanks.
So that's King Ludwig II of Bavaria.
You guys don't think he's cute? Yeah, of course you do. Alright. Let's get back up to the castle. Gabriel's got some stuff. We got some stuff to give Gabriel. Up the stairs. Into the library. Typewriter.
All right, Knight, I've got your research.
Got your research right here, Knight. Last Starfighter, Grim Fandango, he's Griswold in Curse of Monkey Island. And he was even in V. Dang. Yeah, Curse of Monkey Island is a game that I gotta get back to. I played the first two the first two Monkey Island games. I haven't been keeping up on the others. Don't worry, folks.
I just need somewhere to send it to.
It's all coming. It's all coming. In the pipe, 5x5. Alright. Maybe Gerda will help us out a little bit. I don't know why she would. Enormous number of movies from the 50s and 60s. Beautiful. Can you mail this?
I found the items that Gabriel wanted. Did he tell you where to send your research?
Yes, his lawyer's office in Munich.
Can I get the address?
Harald Übergrau, Marienplatz 21, München.
Snap! The Monkey Island story from that Microsoft Pirates game. Sea of Thieves does have a single-player mode now? Or is going to get one in the near future? So, it's possible? If anything gets me to play Sea of Thieves, it will be doing the Monkey Island storyline. Although I'm not taking it as canon. I might take its cannons, though. Put them on my pirate ship and shoot people with them. Alright, post office. We found that. It's right over here.
Grüß Gott.
Grüß Gott.
Womit kann ich Ihnen dienen?
Wounded cup. Okay, this?
Das Päckchen soll nach München gehen.
7,40 Mark bitte.
7 marks. 7 marks, okay.
Dankeschön.
Bitte sehr.
That'll give him something to chew on.
Gabe, no, don't eat the books. Oh, alright. I guess we're just... This is awkward.
Guten Abend.
How are you? Is this the castle of the Shot and Joggers here?
Yes, but
How exciting! Come along, Emma. We are so thrilled to be here. Emma said it's the 1990s, for heaven's sake. The Shot and Joggers are probably long gone. Well, of course they aren't, I said. A family like that doesn't just dry up and blow away. The good Lord's put his mark on them.
Who are you?
I was just wondering the same thing, dear. Neither of you girls look like the heroic type, but who am I to judge? God chooses his soldiers, and who am I to put in my 2 cents?
No, we're the Smiths from Merrimack, Pennsylvania. This is my wife, Merle. You can call me Emil.
My husband. If I don't get right to the point, he'll get there for me.
It's nice to meet you both.
Uh-huh. Well, how did you hear about the Schottenjägers?
Oh, we're demonologists. My wife makes it her business to know a lot about a lot of different things. She's a regular, what you call, occultist scholar, aren't you, Mother?
That's right.
Yeah.
I read about you all when I was studying an old witch trial last spring, and I have been dying to get over here ever since.
Well, so nice of you to stop by, but I'm afraid the Schottenjäger isn't here right now. I'll let him know you called, though.
Oh, no. And I was so hoping to talk shop. We fighters of darkness are so rare these days.
Don't I know it? Can't scare one up to save your soul.
Well, it's not your fault, Missy. I told Merle to call before he came.
People just don't take you seriously unless you're standing right there. You know that, Em.
Well, it's rather late, and if you're driving, you might as well, go out right now.
Don't worry about that. We're going to spend the night at the guest house in town. That's right.
Stop by tomorrow, won't you, dear? You and I can exchange stories at least.
We'll see.
Well, come on, Merle. These ladies are tired. I think we ought to go.
But, Em.
Come on, now, let's go.
Em.
Good night, ladies.
Good night.
Good night. What's wrong?
It's not your fault. This just happens, ma'am. I'm sorry.
I'll get her some water. Give me your hand.
Oh.
I see danger. Someone close to you is in danger.
Gabriel?
I see something like a wolf. A black wolf.
Now, don't you worry, miss. My Merle is going to be all right. This just happens sometimes, that's all. It just happens. Come on, Merle. Let's go. Come on.
What happened?
I don't know.
Yeah, that kind of thing just happens. Don't worry about it. God help me, I kind of love the Smiths. I don't know why. I think they're hilarious. Just the most, the world's least likely fighters of darkness. Anyway, we'll have to put the Smiths on hold. Because we're in chapter 3, and that means it's Gabe time. And boy, he's living the life, isn't he? The world's most fluffy puff Wolfmellow wakes Gabe up. And oh my, he has flowers on him. Like from the lake. We're not exploring that. Is that a swan? Yes, it is. Alright, hi Gabe, how you doing? We've still got so much stuff. But let's get out on the road. Where are we headed? Well, we, the player, are armed with knowledge that Gabriel does not have. We know that Grace just mailed him something. So let's hit that up first. Then we'll come back here, we'll unbox it, we'll have him do some reading, and then we'll work from there. So, back to Marinplatz. Yeah, that wolf was not the most realistic-looking creature I've ever seen. Pop in and Übergraus.
Das vereinbaren Sie am besten mit meiner Sekretärin. Gut, ja, danke. Ah, I was hoping you'd stop by. I have a package for you.
Really?
Yeah, this is one.
Must be from Gertie.
I trust this morning finds you well, Mr. Knight.
Hell, I'm lucky it's found me at all. You can call me Gabriel, by the way.
Oh, of course. Call me Harald. Harry's okay, too.
Thanks, Harry.
Now, They really do play this version of Gabriel up as somebody who makes easy friendships, and I kind of admire that.
Well, I'm off. See you, Harry.
Goodbye.
But, you know, let's get this back to the office. And by office, I mean, farmhouse. We'll do our reading in private. There are a lot of platzes in Germany. I guess it means place. Plaza. Now, you have not seen the shit effect pretending to be a wolf that I am thinking of. Alright. Package.
March 18th, 1994. Gabriel, you might as well know, I'm in Rittersburg. I wasn't about to sit in New Orleans and let you have all the fun. Besides, if it goes anything like last time, you're gonna need my help. I've been doing the research Gerda said you wanted. Enclosed is a book you might find useful. It looks a little outdated, but then I've never dealt with werewolves before, so it's hard to be sure. There's also some werewolf history right here in town. I found some clues pointing to a werewolf called the Black Wolf. He's cropped up in a couple of places, including here in Rittersburg in 1750, and in association with Ludwig II, a Bavarian king that died in 1886. It's all ancient history, I know, but something tells me that it is relevant. I'm not sure where to go from here, except to look into Ludwig II. Ask around about the Black Wolf in Munich and see what you find out. Also, let me know if you want me to research Ludwig or join you there. I'm sending this to your lawyer, but I'll need to contact you directly. Send your address and phone number ASAP. Herr Huber is being stubborn and won't tell me. Be careful and write. Grace.
Damn it, what the hell is Grace doing here? At least she's off in the ozone somewhere. The Black Wolf, Ludwig II. She's really losing it.
Helpful, Knight. Very helpful. Did not expect to like Gabriel after the first game. I don't know how much I like Gabriel as a person, but I love Gabriel as a protagonist. He is just the right amount of clumsy and bumbling and sharp and jerkish and asshole-ish and explorative to stumble face first into danger, have no idea what he's dealing with, and, like, work his way out believably, I think. Anyway, I'm not sure Gabriel will even...
I don't have time to worry about this historical stuff at the moment. I don't think it's got much to do with what's going on here in Munich.
Gabriel, you fucking dick nugget. Alright, will you at least look at this?
Chapter 3.
Oh, good.
There are two categories.
We could have him read all of this, but I think we're good. We've at least had him glance at it. Alright. Can we write
I
back?
don't have anything to write about at the moment.
What about the newspaper? Killer wolf schlagen in the Innenstadt Zoo.
It looks like there's been another wolf killing, and this one occurred last night in downtown Munich.
Oh man, downtown Munich. We gotta get out there. And for another spooky horoscope. Gabriel can't read German, so he doesn't know that his horoscope right now is... Gabriel's horoscope is like, will all Americans please clear out of Europe immediately? You're fucking the place up. Coincidentally, that was also the horoscope for every American in Europe ever. Alright, where do we have... Let's see, we have Princeton Gettenplatz, Marin, and Lookham. Most of them in America, too? Probably. Alright. What is... Okay, now, we've already checked out most of this stuff, I think. Let's check it all out again. Oh, Gabriel, go in and look at the clocks this time. Hello, kindly old man, .jpg.
Hello.
Grüß Gott.
You're not even gonna try, are you, Gabriel? Okay.
Authentic Black Forest cuckoo clocks. Maybe Gracie would like one for her shop redecoration.
Alright, let's, Sure.
I'd rather pick something out first.
Oh, well, what about this
Authentic
one, then? What about this
Authentic
one, then?
black.
What about this one, then?
Cute.
Yeah, well, there is in there this sound thing, you know, to wake up. You know, in the morning.
An alarm clock.
Ja, alarm clock. Ja, richtig. Ja.
How much is it?
Wie viel? 60 marks.
Can you be less of a No, he cannot. He is not physically capable of it. Alright, let's buy this.
I'll take that woodpecker clock.
60 marks, bitte.
That's all right. I'll take it as it is.
No wrapping? Nothing? Okay.
Dankeschön.
What does that fucking say?
Bitte.
Alright, why did we do that?
You never know when a little woodpecking will come in handy.
Sure. I have played this before, so I want you to know that this clock is a component of what I consider to be the worst puzzle in the game. Just thought I'd mention. He just shoves it down his pants, in his coat. Alright, this game's cat hair. In my opinion, yeah.
I'd give it a shot, but I don't speak the language.
No
I'd give it a
shit,
shot,
you
but
don't. Alright. Let's...
I'd give it a shot.
Wow. Hello, blurry, out of focus man.jpg. Oh, hello.
Guess I figured out where last night's killing took place. Isn't that the detective from the paper? Commissar Lieber?
Do we have anything we might want to show him, like this evidence report?
Commissar Lieber, my name is Gabriel Knight. I need to discuss some evidence with you.
What do you want? I'm busy here.
I have some evidence here that contradicts your Zoo Wolves theory. I was wondering if maybe we could discuss it.
Look, I don't know who you are or what you think you're doing, but I don't have time for this.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Don't turn around. Okay, well, you know, if he doesn't want to discuss it, maybe, the German Nightly News wants to discuss it.
Are y'all with the news? I have some information you might find of interest.
I'm loud and American. Could you pay attention to me for a minute?
That's right.
And you believe you have information about the mutilation killings?
I do have some information, yes, ma'am. I was about to discuss it with the commissar over there, but he seems kind of busy. I thought I'd speak with y'all instead.
Nun gut, Was soll's? Dreh schön, Dieter.
Roll it, Dieter.
Wir befinden uns am Tatort des bis jetzt letzten bizarren Todesfalles, der durch die Killerwölfe herbeigeführt wurde. Mit mir befindet sich ein Amerikaner, der offensichtlich wichtige Hinweise bezüglich dieses Mordfalles hat. You believe you have information about the wolf killing, sir?
Yes, I do. I was about to ask Commissar Liebe over there some questions, such as why animal hair found at the crime scene is reddish-brown when the escaped zoo wolves were gray.
Fragt, wieso die Tierhaare am Tatort rötlich-braun sind, wie doch die entlaufenen Zuwölfe offensichtlich grau waren.
And how come paw prints found at the scene indicate an animal much larger than the zoo wolf species Canis lupus lupus?
Canis lupus
Und
lupus!
fragt, wieso die Pfotenabdrücke am Tatort viel größer sind als die der Zoowölfe. How did you get this information?
Well, goodbye.
All right, you have my attention. Now, who are you?
I'm Gabriel Knight, the American novelist. I've been by your station to see you, but funny thing, they would not let me in.
All right, I'll see you at the station later, but only if you agree to get out of here and not talk to the Pues.
You got it.
Speaking of what the heck is that acting, welcome, the reincarnation of Tor Johnson, Criminal Commissar Lieber, who is aggressively eating this set. Oh yes, it's Canis lupus lupus! Let's peek in at the hunting club and see if anybody happens to be here.
Guten Morgen, Herr Knight. I'm afraid there's no one here at the moment. They're all busy with their daily tasks. You are, however, welcome to use the club, so I've been informed.
Nicholas Worth,
You're
interesting.
so kind.
I know he's been in a lot of German television. I don't know where else he might have cropped up. Alright, I guess we can look around the place.
Dead things. Gotta love them.
Aw, man, I love dead things. The magazines? Prime Minister Romanov in Red Alert, too. Well, that certainly is a series for the scenery chewers. Although that was the one right before it got really ridiculous, wasn't it?
It's in German.
Yes, Gabriel, German magazines are often in German.
I don't think I should get too comfy around here.
Yeah, that's fair. It's back here.
Locked.
He wasn't so loud and American at everyone. Well, you know, being loud and American is how Gabriel communicates with the world. It fit in well in New Orleans, but here, maybe not. Gabriel Knight knows writers who use subtlety.
I thought Germans only drank beer.
I'm not sure Gabriel Knight knows any writers. Alright, well, there's nothing here that we can do anything with, unless we want to get in that locked door. Let's pester Timmy the butler, or whatever his name is.
Mind if we chat for a moment?
Xavier.
Anything to be of service, sir.
Tell me about the club.
So tell me about the club.
What about it?
How long has the club been around?
Since 1970.
No way. The old Royal Bavarian Hunting Lodge? It's older than that, isn't it?
Die Königliche Bayerische Hofjagdloge is ancient. This particular form of it is new.
Interesting.
What happened in 1970?
Baron von Glauer came. He brought a new vision. The lodge had nearly died out. Hunting is not so popular as it used to be.
Were you here when von Glauer joined?
Baron von Glauer. He hired me later, in 72.
Really, you look so young and fresh-faced.
How many members are there?
There are 5 now, not including you. I'm not sure of your status.
5? You mean the men that were here last night make up the entire club?
Quantity is not an overriding concern with us, Herr Knight. The Baron personally interviewed and approved each new member. Despite your own experience, this club is extremely exclusive. Not everyone would fit in.
No, I don't suppose they would.
Hunting isn't that popular anymore in Western Europe, but we kind of hunted most everything to extinction. Yes, but have you hunted the most dangerous game? Tetris.
How often do the club members go hunting?
As a group, once a month or so.
I guess that would be Eastern Europe.
Once a month? Hell, I thought y'all were hunters. Back home, you don't get out there and spill a little blood at least once a week. The other men start looking at you funny.
Organized club hunts are once a month. Members can use the club's lodges anytime on a more casual basis, and they frequently do.
That said, every time Gabriel talks to Xavier, I'm pretty sure he's putting up an enormous front of good old boyism. There is no... Because we've seen him talk to people like a normal human being. Arguably.
So, tell me about the club members.
I don't gossip about our members, Herr Knight.
Gossip? With you? Please. I've never met anyone as obviously discreet as you.
Thank you.
Bet you could drop a load if you wanted to, though. You probably know more about what goes on around here than anyone.
True. At least I used to. But with all these new people coming in, I'm not sure I know anything anymore.
No, you can drop a load,
I'm
man.
not the only fresh blood.
No, Herr Dr. Klingman was only accepted a few weeks ago.
Really? Who brought him in?
I was not in on the discussion, so I really couldn't say. But I'm sure there was more thought behind his acceptance than yours.
He only smiles with half his mouth most of the time. He uses the other half to grimace.
Have you ever heard of the Black Wolf?
No.
Alrighty.
Gabriel Knight with Roberta Williams' baby? No, he was not.
Thanks.
This was purely Jane Jensen. I don't think Roberta Williams was heavily involved with the night games. Was he Jane Jensen's baby? Oh, yeah. Now, I mentioned the Cuckoo Clock is part of perhaps the worst/dumbest puzzle in the game, in my opinion. And that can be demonstrated sometime later, I guess, because I don't have the option to do anything with it right now. I think. Let me just check a little more. Yeah, I'm gonna have to solve that particular puzzle later. I don't have the option to solve it right. Oh, wait, no, I do. See this? We take this clock, we set it. And we tuck it into this obviously real plant. Now we just hang out.
Somebody's at the door.
I can hear.
Nothing there I need. Nothing there I need.
That would be clever if anything at all actually worked like that. Well, there is a door to the alleyway, and, the clock does kind of sound tappy.
Everything all right?
Everything is fine, Herr Knight.
Yeah, it doesn't just stop after once, you would think. But... yoink. Stuff it back in your pants and... let's go. So now we have the keys to that locked door. I want to note that in the novelized version of Gabriel Knight 2, there's a lot of phrasing that's like, unsure entirely of why he was doing this, Gabriel, etc. And, you know, like, had a whimsical thought, Gabriel, etc. So it felt like even they weren't really sure why they were writing it that way. Guided by a strange floating cursor, our friend and semi-hero Roger Wilco realized he was in the wrong game. Alright, let's see what's behind these locked doors. I think the Gabriel Knight 1 novel is actually pretty well written. I think the Gabriel Knight 2 novel is weird trash. It's weird because they're both written by the exact same person. As far as I know.
I should probably return those keys first before Xavier notices they're gone.
Oh! Right, we have to return the keys! Meaning we have to do this again. Did 3 have a novel too? Not that I've ever found. Hey man, I'm just gonna stand here and stare at you for a minute. I really am just gonna stand here and stare at him for a minute.
Möchte wissen, wer das ist.
I love that glance he gives Gabriel. Like, are you fucking doing that? Yeah, with my psychokinetic powers. He can only hear the knock clock if Gabriel is here to observe it. That is actually not true. We can, No, those are the wrong fucking keys. Okay. No, Xavier's keys. There we go. That's actually not true. You can be standing in the hall and he'll walk by you.
Everything all right?
Everything is fine, Herr Knight.
I do that again. Now I kind of want to make him walk past me. Can I reset the clock again? Hug a tree, Gabe. Reused, indeed, reused footage.
I don't think that'll be necessary again.
We can't. You'll just have to trust me. He will walk on by. So, what's down here, anyway? Ah.
Just a guess, but I don't think this stuff has much to do with hunting.
A little black book.
Rice, Von Agna, Henneman. I met them all last night. I wonder what these figures mean.
Does Grace ever get that clock? Not on screen. Not that I know of.
Aren't some of these endangered species? Aren't some of these...
Okay, endangered species. Interesting.
What the hell do these guys hunt, anyway? Ninjas?
Okay, I genuinely find that funny.
Photos of the club hunts. Looks like von Glauer and von Zell monopolized the camera. Or the hunts.
Oh, von Glauer and von Zell are the primary hunters. Interesting. Speaking of whom?
Mr. Knight?
Hey.
This room is for members. Only.
Oh, sorry. The door was open. I'll go up.
Wait! I'd better make sure you do not take another unexpected detour. After you. Sava, kommen Sie!
Ja, Baron von Zell?
I found the basement door unlocked and Herr Knight below. Perhaps you could keep a better eye on the keys in the future.
I will, Baron von Zell.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm American. I just go places. And take things. Gabriel Knight, agent of the British Museum. So, you want to talk about any of that stuff, Mr. Bonzo?
May I speak with you, Baron von Zell?
Yes? What is it?
Yeah, sit down and get comfy, Gabe. Hunting himself, the Black Wolf. Yeah, let's dive straight in with both feet.
Have you ever heard of the Black Wolf?
No.
Can you hear that weird chord on the soundtrack that happens when I ask people about the Black Wolf?
So, what do you do for a living, Baron von Zell?
For a living? My family is in banking, Herr Knight. What do you do for a living?
Me? I'm a writer.
A writer? How aggressive of you.
What? I don't get that one. Yeah, we don't have to, he doesn't have to do anything. He's a baron. He barons.
I take it you're particularly fond of hunting. I noticed the photographs downstairs. You and the Baron sure do get around.
We are the best? You may find that out for yourself someday.
Oh, I'm anxious for us to hit the field. I have a feeling there's a lot I could learn from you.
You may find yourself more challenged than you can imagine.
True. I don't get in as much practice as I'd like, and hunting's like any other sport. The more you do it, the better you get.
Bullshit. Hunting is a matter of the spirit, of will.
So it is.
However, Evan could see that von Glover and I have had more practice than the others in the club. We used to hunt together quite a bit.
Used to. You don't hunt together anymore?
No, not often.
Oh. Interesting. I had to I can't believe I had to allow that. Alright, well, what can you tell me about the club members?
How about telling me about the other club members?
I have a better idea. Why don't you tell me about yourself?
Sure.
Like what?
For example, why are you in Munich?
Oh, I'm just vacationing and thought I'd stop by on my way through.
Really? And where are you staying in Munich?
Outside of town a ways.
Which suburb?
I'm on a farm, actually. And you know, I don't remember the name of the area. Probably couldn't pronounce it anyway.
Yes. Quite curious for someone with a supposedly high Germanic background.
Yep. I guess going out and making your mark on the rest of the world will do that to a family line.
Well, you know, I'm just such a dumb bimbo bubblehead that I couldn't pronounce it. Yeah, he's definitely playing up the persona. You have to believe that, or else he is gonna make you want to eat soap and die.
The club seems to be an exciting place. Do y'all travel much as a group?
No.
Really? You don't hunt abroad?
We are all very busy men.
No, isn't that odd?
Is it? I really don't. Okay, whatever.
Are you and Von Glauer too busy to hunt much these days, or have y'all fallen out?
I suppose I've simply outgrown him.
Really? In what way?
You wouldn't understand.
Oh.
Oh no. He's a hipster werewolf.
So, how do you like the club?
Herr Knight, if you wish to learn about the club, you should keep your mouth shut and observe.
Probably true. Honestly, probably true. Probably the best advice we're getting. So, about those trophies down in the basement.
You mentioned that y'all don't go on hunting trips abroad?
We do not.
But those trophies in the basement, do y'all really have white tigers in Germany or lions?
The majority of what the club hunts are far more common species, Herr Knight. The trophies in the basement are exceptions, and they were obtained quite legally.
Whoa, you misunderstand me, Baron von...
I think not. In any case, the basement is not public territory, and its contents are, therefore, none of your concern.
Of course, I do apologize.
As a guest of this club, the why you are a guest of this club is a mystery to me. But as a guest, perhaps you should limit your prowling and sniffing to areas which you are offered openly by those who belong here.
You're so right.
Well, I think that went well. I think we really made an impact on him. I feel like we're buddies now. We're good friends, good buddies. But on that note, tomorrow or whenever we next load up this game, we will be going to make friends with the police, because everybody loves Gabriel. He just makes friends so easily. And I'm sure that Kommissar Lieber is just gonna love us He's just gonna love hanging out with Gabriel. But that is for next time. For now, I have kind of futzed up the background image. There we go. Okay. More very cool. Believe me, it is a pleasure to be here after several nights of just not being able to stream. It's only been a couple of nights, but it really was grinding on me because I had momentum going, you know? And I want to keep that momentum going. Oh, I could raid the Obscuratory again. But I think I am just going to release y'all into the ether and, well, hello, Tiger, and thank you for the 300 bits. 100, 100, 100. Yeah, that's 300 bits. I can count. I have the ability to count numbers. And I am just going to release you all out into the ether. May you all have a great night, and may you, be absolutely befuddled by strange southern men in your life. I give you the blessing of weird southern guys. Enjoy them. And good night.